See, I've been hearing women talk about this issue of hardship and everything, and they keep referring to food, 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 food. What to change is our style and our taste. If you really look at, we're living excessively beyond our means before now. We just went crazy. If you go to a woman's wardrobe, for instance, it's like a boutique. And when they want to make up to go to those parties and all that, they spend almost 13,000 to 50,000 to do their face and hair and everything. If we can change, because what is happening now will enable people change the way they think, the way they do things. All we need to do is cut our excesses and begin to look at the opportunities. Everywhere you have a challenge, there are loads of opportunity. So what has happened now, what is happening now, the dollar exchange rate and everything is an open new opportunity for everybody to make money. The dynamics of doing business has changed. People are using their phone now as their market. And today you are talking about people having things difficult. Anything that you are selling today, you can make 1 million a month selling it. It was not possible before.
Anything you're selling?
Yes, challenge with any item. All you need to do is tap into the market size of Nigeria. Nigeria has a market that is so big, unexploited, because the mindset has been damaged. Politicians make money, the bandits and others make money. They don't do anything, so nobody wants to do anything anymore. So the mind is where the problem is. But if you look at the other flip side, if you were import dependent and were buying everything from outside the country, now the exchange rate has gone up to 1,500. Why don't you change to becoming export dependent? Let's start exporting. Do you know if we change the way we do things, you ask me just now, how can somebody make 1 million? You can make 1 million a month selling grass. You can make 1 million a month selling yam. Was it possible before? No. Let me give you an example of how you can sell yam and make 1 million a month. And you don't need to touch the yam these days. You don't need to stock the yam. Go to Zuba where they bring yam into Abuja. A tuber of yam there is 1,000. When that yam gets to Wuse market or Taco market, it becomes 2,000 to 3,000. Tell the malam that you want to help him sell. Heap the yam, 100 heaps, 50, 20, 10. Take the picture and take it to the office and give it to an IT expert. I want 10,000 people to see this yam that I'm selling. My own price is 1,500 and let 10,000 people see it online. You will make 1 million this month. So what we need to do is to reorientate the mindset of our people. We were living excessively. You go to a party, you see people drinking champagne as if they are drinking Coke. You go to people are doing parties. By the time you size what they are wearing in the party, you almost faint. My dear, even doing war, people make money. What is happening in Nigeria now is that we need to have somebody that to change the narrative and what people hear, what people see, and what they feel. That's why I don't like hearing the negatives. Continue to bring out the positive for people to know that, look, Nigeria still remains the investment bride of the world. We have the market size that most people don't have to take advantage of. So this is the time to start reorientating the mindset of our people. If you are used to eating tuwo, if you're used to eating tuwo in the north, and they take you to Aba to eat akpu, you say akpu is smelling. But when you get used and start eating it gradually, you start changing and start liking the akpu. What we have now is a situation. We need to change our mindset so we can start seeing how we can live better than we were living before. We were not living before. We were doing everything excessively. But now,
Francis, can I ask a question?
Yes, ask the question.
What was the correlation between women talking about food and our boutique hotel, our boutique wardrobe?
When you were talking about cutting sizes, I was hearing all of you talk about cutting things down, and all you were cutting was food.
Okay, we didn't
No,
cut down
but she
our-
mentioned her clothing.
The
as
real
well.
thing that needs to be cut is our excesses, our lifestyle, the way we dress, the way we do things. We actually went overboard. Look at the phone people are carrying. The people who make the phone, they don't carry these phones that we are carrying. Look at our young girls and young boys. Look at the phones they are carrying. If you are carrying a phone of 1.something million naira and you are saying you should cut cost on food, you should cut your cost on your style.
But I think we are talking about the average elite, the elite Nigerian. We're talking about the common man. The percentage of people who carry these phones, how many percent is that? We're talking about the average Nigerian man and woman today.
Yes.
They don't have those phones. They don't even have phone.
Yes.
Those are the ones we're talking about.
You know what you mentioned about clothes. It got me. I remembered something somebody once told me she did. At a point, she needed money, and she said her clothes were expensive, so she decided to do a sellout of some of the things she had. Mm-hmm. She wore them herself, took pictures, and posted. It was her clothes from her closet, And people came in. She said she sold and made almost 1.7 million naira out of her clothes.
Correct.
And she was able to pay for whatever she needed to pay. I think it was school fees or so for her children. So it's important really to think outside the box. Look around us and see what you can do. For instance, I keep telling people, instead of wasting food, you say you have dogs. I don't have dogs. I really don't
give people around me who live around me who can eat.
Exactly. If you have leftovers, there are ways you can recycle them in the morning.
Yes.
Madam, you're talking about this fashion and all that. Go and look at an average woman's wardrobe. Even look at the parties they are doing now. Look at the way they go out for parties.
No,
Who is the average woman you're talking about?
No.
Who is the average woman?
I think you're missing, Francis, I think you're missing something.
Please, I want challenges.
Yeah, no, I think you're missing something.
Yes.
You see, the problem here is that you see an average woman and you think she is all that. Excuse me, all the things I'm wearing, I look expensive. But guess what? I'm not expensive.
You are expensive.
I'm not.
Look at your hair.
No,
Look at your hand.
let's take out the hair. Let's take out the hair.
But the hair is on your body.
No.
Why are you taking out the hair?
Let me. If you heard me when I said I had not bought wigs.
Yeah.
It's an old one.
It's
That's
an
what she
old
said,
one,
take it away.
and it was cheap. When I mean cheap, it was cheap.
Nigerian women are not cheap.
No. You see,
Not all.
The thing I do is that luckily I come from a privileged home. That I would say any day, and I thank God for it. So I was taught. You see, when you are born into something, you don't wake up one day, I want to be like this person. Yeah. I'm competing. No, I don't do it. I know my size. I don't look at a slim person and I say I want to wear the outfit that person is wearing. Oh, I love the jewelry. One thing I'm good at is admiring people. Oh, I love that. It looks good on you, and I walk away. I was big ups on buying gold. I've stopped. I have friends who are dropping in diamonds. I see them and I say, beautiful. But guess what I found? I now make the things I wear look beautiful on me. And when they see me with my banda, they are loving it. So if anybody, all these things I'm wearing, they're not gold. But when people see me, they think it's expensive. So I always tell people.
How many people even know the gold?
That's it.
Very few people know
because
what gold
one thing
is.
I notice is that copy has taken over everything.
Yes.
And the ones that have the copy, it looks nicer on them than the ones that are using the originals.
Because the originals are not big enough. They don't show off as good as the costume
come
general.
out.
So you see,
Yes.
the thing here is that just look for what you're comfortable with, what you can afford.
Anyway, madam.
Stop doing what other people are doing because you want to belong.
Yes, the area I was going to
Yes.
on cutting our coat to
Yes.
according to size is not in food. There are a lot of other excesses that we
I
need to
agree
look
with
at.
you.
So we need to start living normal
You know,
and better.